Hello, guys. Welcome back. Here's where I find out who's actually subbed to the channel and not. Let me explain. I woke up feeling pretty good. It's the most damn beautiful day. It's like in the 50s. I have shorts on and I have t-shirt on. And full disclosure, I am hairy as a werewolf. I mean, seriously, I actually look down on my legs in pride and awe. I'm as hairy as a werewolf. And I thought, you know what? I don't like to shave because when it's cold, it's insulation. When it's something weird is going on, it's like first register warning. Like you'll feel the hair on your legs lift. I know it's a weird story. And Pazuzu's been working with me, and Loki's still here, by the way. Don't forget. But you guys know I go here, and then I'm there, and then I'm over there 5 seconds. And he's like, you should have pride in your appearance. And we're getting somewhere with this, trust me. And he says, if you don't want to shave, don't shave. Men don't shave. There's no earthly reason for you to do it except for people think it's an aesthetic for females. So I went out and I felt great. And you know what? Nobody noticed. We went to the store and they have changed the gas station again. And obviously, whoever owns that gas station has some money because it's really nice now. We actually got chicken and steak fries and put them up in the freezer because I had like very little food in that freezer. And I'm like, well, how am I going to get up to get food? I'm just like kind of run down. And yes, we did get some soda, but he was talking to me and saying, well, he's trying to bring in more for me to work with. And the funny thing is, we had somebody on the channel that at first I appreciated their enthusiasm because at first they had manners. At first they said thank you and please and everything else. Now they just say, can you do this? Can you do that? And they don't even thank me, and they don't even respect the deity whose video they're asking on. They don't say, oh, that was beautiful, or they just ask for something. And ironically, one of the people they had asked for was Mammon. And I didn't know if it was just a sign, if it was the universe speaking for people, or it was just one of those things. And Mammon's complicated because some will tell you it's just a word for money, and some people will say you could see Mammon as personification of money, blah, blah, blah. Well, I found this demonology site where this person works with them like crazy. And one of the lessons Mammon taught this person was to set up boundaries, that you'll get clients that at first treat you very well because he's the demon of business. And then they're walking all over you and making demands just because you have $1 million contract. They think they can demand whatever they want out of you. And I came on today, and I was very proud of the work I did with Pazuzu. And I didn't even get all the cute little Pazuzu bits in there. But I was still very proud of it because I worked hard on it. I deliver you guys my best, not my worst. Because I do treat this as a business. And I still said, I'm kind of like, I feel I don't have enough to bring to the table for Mammon. I think he'd be bored. And when that person asked again, and they, ironically, they asked for someone that I like. They asked for Baal. I lost it. I lost it. I'm thinking this is the third or fourth time in a row they've done it. It wasn't the first time, guys. I don't lose my patience that quickly. It was like the third or fourth time they keep asking for stuff and keep asking for stuff. And sometimes that can be, I sat down and I thought of it. I'm like, sometimes that can be an inspiration to you as a creator. If people ask for stuff, you don't be afraid to ask. But if that's all anyone does, if they've dropped the pleases and thank yous, if they don't even thank you for fulfilling a request, and they're just being greedy. And amazingly, even though Mammon, there are like many different layers of people that work with demons, say. Even though Mammon would be, said to be greedy, he will actually tell you, no, don't let people be greedy. You have to have boundaries. Don't let people step all over you. Especially if you're running a business, you can't let your clientele come in and step all over you and take everything, because some people will just come in and put their shoes up on your desk and they'll take over and they'll kick your ass out. They don't care. Some people don't care about you. And it felt like a teaching moment. I'm like, okay. And we're kind of in tentative discussions. I said, look, I don't think I have enough to bring to the table as a business person. And Zeus like, you worked your ass off on both channels. You fucking put in 16-hour days on the last one. He doesn't swear, I do. He's like, you worked your heart and soul out on that. You just didn't have the right backing. Loki's a wonderful backer. Loki's not very much into wealth. Odin can be a wonderful backer for whatever reasons. Odin is not. You need a Bentley or something. You need someone who that's their mindset, they appreciate it, and they don't have a problem with having it. So I said, look, if more good fortune rolls my way, more stuff starts working out for me, then I will work at it. And I am going back to Loki and Odin going, is this a good idea? And everybody seems to be pushing for it. The more our gods can give for us in general, the more they will. If they are not of a mindset, for example, to do wealth work, they'll find someone who's fine with making you wealthy, but you have to be willing to enter into the work with them. And the person that worked with Mammon was like, frankly, you're going to have to work your ass off. You're going to have to work hard. He's basically the demon or patron of people in business to make a wealthy business. And I said, I don't know if physically I can do the work. You know, you guys know I get really tired some days and I can hardly prop myself up in front of the camera. So we're in negotiations right now. Pazuzu's handling negotiations. And then to make it more complicated, is I'm looking through these demonology sites. Satan keeps coming up. And I looked at Loki, and Loki's like, damned if I know. Get it, damned. I'm funny. And, I'm like, you know what? I don't care. It could be My Little Pony at this point, and that would make as much sense as anything else in my life. I mean, yeah, Becker. I look at it this way. Constantine is not the best basis for a religious experience. I mean, that's the kind of thing we do have to watch, guys. Even the most experienced pagan can see a movie like, say, Constantine, or see the Marvel movies, or see something else, and it just embeds itself in that part of our psyche that's religious, or spiritual, or whatever you want to call it, and we take that as faith-based fact. We believe it, we can't help it, it locked itself in there. I can't tell you how many times Dionysus had to tell me something written in a book about a fictional Dionysus was nothing Dionysus ever said, and I know better. I started him as a priestess. So even though Constantine is definitely not the best place to get your demonology whatever started, it's a fictional universe, these people seem to be having genuine experiences, and I'm like, well, if this is Satan, that'll make as much sense as anything else, because we've done a couple videos on Satan, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It makes as much sense as anything else. So we're having this kind of everybody's coming around day. And Pazuzu's been talking to me about, you should do this, you should do that. For me, Pazuzu's never listed as it, but he's like a very good genial host. Like last night in the club, I didn't get to tell you in this video, he was making sure I treated the ladies well and with respect, that I got them drinks, that I, made sure I spent plenty of money, that I offered them whatever they would want. And, it's a thing of, treating them well and treating them with respect. They are there to entertain you, and you are supposed to respect that. You're not supposed to go in there and just grab at them. So, he was making sure I treated them like ladies and did not try to, I would not in the first place, but you go in and you treat them like ladies. You show them a good time. You show them your appreciation. So he was very insistent on that. Now, whether because it's just Pazuzu through and through, or the NPC, it felt like somebody was kind of trying to come through on the NPC with someone he wanted me to impress, I'm not sure. But, they'll be like that. They will make sure you impress someone important. And I'm like, well, hey, as long as my life starts moving, in a positive direction, and I'm doing this stuff, I really don't mind at the end of the day who I'm working with, because, they'll get you past the fear of working with him. And Loki, for Loki's part, is just like, Loki doesn't care. If I can get help somewhere that Loki couldn't give me, and our gods can do anything, they can, but, there are just certain things that they're going to not do. Loki is not, even though I've seen his listed as making people wealthy, Loki is not the god to go to if you want to become a millionaire or billionaire. He is not. He's not the god to hit your star to if you want to start a business. In fact, there was a Loki energy drink company that tanked. So Odin also can be very fickle too. So people have named stuff after Odin and the business has been okay, and people have named stuff after Odin and it's tanked. So it's not like these are the guaranteed business gods. Odin would have a sharp mind for business, but he's not working with me in that capacity. So if they're going to bring someone in, they're going to bring someone in. But they can change like the wind. Next month it will be someone else, or even 5 hours from now. But I figured I'd share with you guys. And the reason I actually got the soda and the reason I actually shopped there at the gas station was one, we're discussing, how to handle my finances in a way that's still, I'm not being a libertine, but I'm not being fearful either. And also that we decided from the way my health's been going, it doesn't really matter if I'm drinking soda or not. It wasn't the soda causing the problem. It could have been their bad cooking. So, it's just a day by day basis and we'll see what works best for me. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.